I think university is a time where you find yourself. This is a time where I've truly learnt my potential and what I'm capable of.
We had 24 students from the University of Newcastle come along to Borneo. We spent 3 days in the Borneo jungle and we looked at orangutans in their habitat. It was amazing.
The skills that I've gained over those years and even watched and reflected on how much I've learnt, it amazes me.
I'm the first one in my family to graduate. My dad always said to me, he said, only brain can make a man. That means only knowledge can make a man. And I always had, the voice of my dad in the back of my head, saying that I could do it. Graduation was a major achievement in my life.
I started the university as an able-bodied kid, and then I had an accident after my second year. So that dream as a young kid from a disadvantaged background of throwing that cap and gown into it almost puts a tear in my eye of having that sense of achievement.
I was doing some volunteer work. One of the volunteer boss said to me that if you really like helping people, why don't you become a nurse? I want graduates to be bold, be courageous, and be your best.
I think it is very important to focus on your purpose because there will be a lot of issues, a lot of challenges facing ahead, and being able to overcome each time, I think it's what's important.
It's a wonderful feeling to be an alumni. You have this connection with other alumni, other students who have graduated.
Not just national, but also it's global scale.
Having a community behind you is probably the greatest thing you can have, apart from your family and friends, because really it's just a bigger version of them.
A family that is now around the world.
We've all come together as one, and we're all going to be lifelong friends.
But just enjoy the moment.
Words can't describe it.
It lasts a few seconds, but you really will remember it forever.
The world is your oyster. You really don't know what it's going to be tomorrow. You don't know what it's going to be the next day, but take every single opportunity that comes your way.
Congratulations, graduates.
Congratulations, graduates.
Congratulations, graduates.
Welcome to our global alumni community.
Good afternoon and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this very special occasion. To comply with safety regulations, I'd like to point out to you the emergency exits in the Great Hall. Please take a moment to note your nearest green emergency exit sign. For those with small children, there is a soundproof crying room located at the rear of the Great Hall. The ushers in the hall will be happy to assist with directions. A professional photographer will photograph each graduate as they cross the stage, and a copy of this photograph will be available to all graduates to access and share via their Facebook page. Portrait photography is also available at the graduate reception in the Brenner Room immediately after the ceremony. As a courtesy to everyone in the room, we ask that you please switch any mobile devices to silent. At the conclusion of today's ceremony, we will instruct each graduate and your guests when it is time to leave your seats. Graduates, in November, you will be sent an invitation to complete the Graduate Outcomes Survey. This survey gathers feedback on your higher education experience to help improve the experience for future students. We strive to provide the best possible university experience for all of our students, but this cannot be achieved without your valuable and important feedback. We would appreciate you watching for an email to your university account so that you can assist with this important survey. Some of the terminology used in today's ceremony may be unfamiliar to you. To assist in your appreciation of the ceremony, we have provided a history of graduation and an explanation of terms in the graduation booklet. The academic procession will enter the Great Hall in just a few moments. When the procession enters, could you please rise and remain upstanding for the singing of the Australian National Anthem. At the conclusion of the ceremony, please stand when the Deus Party rises and remain upstanding until the Deus Party and our graduates have left the hall. We hope that you enjoy this very special occasion. Thank you.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil, our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page let every stage advance, Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance, Australia fair.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this very special graduation ceremony. On behalf of the University of Newcastle, I respectfully acknowledge the traditional custodians, the Pambalong clan of the Awabakal people, on whose traditional land this campus is located, and I pay my and the university's respects to elders past, present and emerging. As Chancellor of the university and a graduate myself, I am very honoured to be able to celebrate this major milestone in your academic journey. Each of our university's graduates is unique, and each year through these ceremonies we celebrate their success. This year's graduates are indeed an exception, an inspiration. Before us sits a group of people whose determination and resilience is remarkable by any measure. We all know that the past 2 years have been unprecedented. The pandemic, along with fires and floods, have had a profound impact on everyone in this room. This ceremony acknowledges your drive and determination to succeed. Graduates, today you take with you a degree from one of the finest institutions in the world. Newcastle is acknowledged for delivering excellence in education to some 39,000 students. Our degree programs are designed to prepare you for life and work after you graduate and connect you with your industries and communities. Similarly, our research is focused on delivering impact and innovation with a steady focus on working with partners to support the development of our regions. The university's focus on excellence in education and research sits hand in glove with a long-held commitment to equity. We offer the opportunity of education to students from all walks of life who have talent and determination. 1/4 of our students are from low socio-economic backgrounds, and we have the largest number of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students of any Australian university. We are proud of every student, and we are committed to providing the best learning environment and opportunities to help them realise their potential. Today's celebration of the completion of your studies marks another important milestone, your entry into the University of Newcastle's global alumni community, and you're in good company. One example is Dr. Namira Williams, who is a registered nurse and midwife who undertook a PhD in midwifery with a focus on maternity care for women with an intellectual disability. Globally, 40 to 60% of mothers with an intellectual disability have their babies or children removed from their care. While research exists on parenting children with intellectual disability, prior to Dr. Williams' work, there was no research into how women with intellectual disability experience the maternity system or their care providers. Dr. Williams was able to develop an understanding of why so many of these mothers have their babies removed from their care and provide recommendations to help these women. Dr. Williams received the prestigious College of Midwives Award New South Wales Midwife of the Year for her work. You are now united with achievers like Dr. Williams and the people sitting around you as an alumni of this university. Our network of passionate and talented alumni stretches across the world, now comprises over 161,000 members in 152 countries. You now have access to this global alumni community, along with opportunities for ongoing learning, professional development and personal enrichment. We look forward to watching you flourish in your careers. Look ahead with confidence, knowing you'll always be part of this University of Newcastle. Today is the culmination of many years of hard work, and this ceremony is a symbol of all you've experienced and achieved during your time here at the university. This includes an acknowledgement of the support of your family and friends who've been with you every step of the way on your journey to today. To family and friends, we know that you're here to acknowledge the hard work of a very special person. We'd be very pleased, and I'm sure they would as well, if you let them know with a cheer as they walk across the stage. Your involvement, interactive involvement in this ceremony really brings it to life, so I encourage you to participate. I'd now like to call on our Vice-Chancellor, Professor Alex Zelinsky, to introduce today's occasional speaker.
Thank you, Chancellor. Actually, we're just getting a photo to update our program for next year, so a little bit, not very well scripted, but anyway. But good afternoon, everybody, and ladies and gentlemen, and I'd like to start by welcoming our graduates and their families and friends to our campus. It's wonderful to have you here for this special occasion, and for our graduates, it's welcome back. I know it's been a very tough 2 years with COVID, and we hope this is not your last time revisiting the university. To family and friends who are here today to celebrate our graduates, thank you for your support. Our university is a university for the community, so you are always welcome here. The Great Hall where we meet today was built brick by brick by the community. People literally purchased a brick. There's many bricks in this building. And so for our new graduates who are coming into the global alumni community, we hope that today's ceremony here at the Great Hall is the beginning of your journey with our university. As part of our lifelong commitment to our alumni, the university has launched the Alumni House project to build a new home for our alumni in the heart of Newcastle City Precinct on King Street. The site will provide the space for alumni to meet, network and mentor. Alumni House will be for all of you. I'm excited about what it will offer when it's constructed, so we hope you can get involved in that project. Chancellor, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Professor Susan Danby to deliver today's occasional address. Professor Danby is one of Australia's leading experts in early year languages and social interaction, childhood studies and young children's engagement with digital technologies. As Director of the ARC Centre of Excellence for the Digital Child at QUT, Susan leads a collection of national and international researchers and partners across government, business and the community to work towards the Centre's vision, that is, ensuring young children are healthy, connected and educated in a rapidly changing digital age. Susan's research career has been driven by this same vision and cross-disciplinary approach. Her research explores the everyday social and interactional practices of children, investigating their complex and competent work as they build their social worlds. Professor Danby was an ARC Future Fellow and has led 3 ARC Discovery projects. She's a member of the ARC College of Experts and the Early Childhood Australia Digital Policy Group. Susan was awarded an honorary doctorate by Uppsala University in Sweden in 2019 for her excellent work. who's also been named a 2021 Fellow of the Academy of Social Sciences in Australia in recognition of her outstanding scholarly contributions to the fields of early childhood and digital technologies. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Professor Susan Danby to deliver today's occasional address.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, members of the Council, staff of the University, families and friends of graduates, and most importantly, graduates. Congratulations to each of you today. This is a day of celebration of you entering through the gateway of learning to practice your own chosen profession, and a moment of recognising all who have guided you and supported you through to this exciting moment. Your teachers, your friends, your lecturers, and of course, your family. There is no doubt that these years of your study have been difficult. You've undertaken study in the times of the COVID pandemic, perhaps separated and isolated from family and friends. And yet you've learned new skills of engaging in online learning and reshaped social networks and relationships within a digital world. And here you are today. You have triumphed over these life hurdles, and our celebrations today recognise the adversity and difficulties, and you are a testament to your own strength and resilience to manage and overcome these challenges along the way. Today, we have graduates from the College of Health, Medicine and Wellbeing and School of Education. So a question for this graduation is, what do health and education professionals share? You share much. Our education and health systems are in trouble from multiple pressures that go well beyond the pandemic. Yet teachers and health professionals are often blamed for these failings. Professors Jenny Gore and Nicole Mockler recently wrote in The Conversation that teachers are the fall guys, and I add that health practitioners are too. We have a crisis in teacher and health worker shortages. Many are leaving. Despite having given so much, they are feeling undervalued, overworked, and under-recognised. The recent industrial action in New South Wales was never only about pay. Teachers sought action for better working conditions and better learning conditions for their students. The status of the profession is under threat and work conditions are deteriorating. Teachers have to take sick days to manage the assessment they are required to do. Nurses finish a 12-hour shift and then are asked to do another. These anecdotes are not to frighten you about your careers, but to say, what can we as education and health professionals, as parents and friends, and as members of community do? So, instead of blaming teachers and health professionals, I urge you to consider where the real problems lie. Health and education systems need fixing. The first step is to seriously value the work of health and education professionals, all of you graduating today. What does that investing and valuing look like? At this university is the nationally recognised Newcastle Teachers and Teaching Research Centre led by Professor Jenny Gore and her team of researchers, teachers and students. This centre is leading Australia to recognise what teacher quality means and to highlight that high-quality teachers must be supported by high-quality systems for them to do their work. Who can remember with joy the new Federal Minister for Education visiting his primary school and his teacher as one of his first public acts, recognising the important role that his teacher played in his life? Actions speak loudly and act as a counterbalance to the often negative media around the supposed failings of teachers and health professionals. Last year, I returned to the 100-year anniversary of a small rural primary school where I had first taught 40 years ago. The joy of meeting my first students I taught in preschool and year one was amazing. To listen to my students, now with families of their own, and what they remembered of their early school days. One remembered that I was always smiling, welcoming her and her family into the classroom, and that she had felt that she belonged. Another remembered the reading that we did after lunch every day when we read for pleasure, and she is still a reader. So, how will your teaching and health careers make a difference? Sometimes described as the caring professions and as noble careers, health and education professionals may hold your hand when you need it, but you will do much, much more. Graduates, you have studied for years to develop knowledge, expertise, and practices that will make a difference to the lives and learning opportunities of every single member of society. Your education, skills, and professional autonomy afford you a very special role. I challenge you today to stand up and contribute. You can save lives by helping someone live or by providing the most vulnerable children access to learning and learning opportunities. Advocate for your patients, students, and families by speaking out about the problems facing your professions. In other words, talk more. Respond to national agendas in health and education. Inspire others to join us in education and health careers. Talk about the joy and immense pleasure in providing service and support to our communities. Listen more. As an educator, I believe that all students, no matter how young, have a right to have a say about matters that affect them. As a patient, I expect to be heard and to have a say about matters that affect me. When you listen, you will learn. As an educator, I have learnt a lot from my daughter, who told me one day that being a student at school was sometimes like being a grain of sand on the beach, that she felt indistinguishable from any other student. Listen to what affects your patients and your students and their families. Bring these insights into your understandings and practices. Be united in solidarity with your colleagues for system change. Build a culture of kindness and care for each other. Be an ethical leader. Speak and act with integrity. Thank you for this invitation to provide this address today. I was asked to offer advice to graduates, to all of you, for your future and for me to reflect on my own career. I grew up in remote Queensland. My school lessons were delivered weekly by the mail truck. My mother was often my teacher, and I had School of the Air lessons. I was the first member of my family to go to university. I have been supported by many wonderful friends, peers, and mentors and family throughout my teaching life. Being curious about the world started my interest in how children engage with digital technologies. What were young children doing online? What about screen time? In listening, I realised that parents and teachers were searching for information about children and digital technologies. Everybody had advice, but how trustworthy was that? This realisation led to the Australian Research Council Centre of Excellence for the Digital Child, and I'm director of that centre. We now have over 100 researchers across 6 Australian universities, and our partners include education departments, philanthropic groups, museums, and technology companies. We ask, how can we support Australian children to grow up healthy, educated, and connected in a rapidly expanding digital world? We work across health, education, and digital connections to investigate the risks and opportunities of digital technologies for young children. This is the first ever centre for the Australian Research Council that has its focus on children from birth and in early childhood. This work is the culmination of listening to parents, teachers, health professionals, to reaching out to others, to advocating for children, and most of all, a desire to make the world a better place for children growing up. Last week, I asked my PhD student, one of my PhD students that I've known since her undergraduate days, and she's been a teacher for many years as well, I asked her, what would you like to tell graduates. And she said, "Take care of your mental health. You alone cannot save the world. Open up to people. Share your problem or issue." And she said, "Find a collaborative space to support each other, in person and online." I hope today that I have captured a vision for each of you to aspire to as you take up your chosen career in health or education. Many congratulations, and go forward with resolution, strength, and compassion. Be united in solidarity, build good connections, be an advocate, and love your work. Thank you.
Thank you indeed, Professor Danby, for a very thought-provoking occasional address. We really appreciate the fact that you took us on your journey of learning and development and pointed out to today's graduates the opportunities and the responsibilities that they face going forward. There is no doubt improvement to be driven through our systems, and your particular field of expertise in early learning, the criticality of good early learning is certainly not lost. So thank you indeed for a very relevant occasional address. Ladies and gentlemen, we now come to a very important aspect of this ceremony, a formal part of the ceremony, and for this I'd like to ask all of our graduates to please stand. Would you mind standing? Thank you. As Chancellor of this university, I now officially confer awards to all those candidates who fulfil the conditions for admission of that award. And I wonder if the audience, my colleagues up here on the stage, would join me in applauding the wonderful achievements of these graduates. Thank you. Please be seated. Yep. I now call on Professor Elizabeth Sullivan, Pro-Vice-Chancellor for the College of Health, Medicine and Wellbeing, to present today's graduates.
Chancellor, I present to you the candidates who have fulfilled the conditions for admission to awards of this university. Doctor of Philosophy graduates have undertaken a program of independent supervised study for the equivalent of up to 4 years of full-time study. These graduates have produced significant and original research outcomes, culminating in a thesis which has been independently examined by experts of international standing. Today, the university is proud to honour graduates who have satisfied the rigorous criteria for the award of Doctor of Philosophy. Chancellor, I present to you Moulid Al-Shamareh. Dr. Al-Shamareh's thesis is entitled Patients' Experience Communicating with Nurses in Cancer Care Settings in Saudi Arabia and its Impact on Their Satisfaction with Nursing Care, a Mixed Method Study. Dr. Al-Shamareh. Rashid Hamid Bagja Hajajiu. Dr. Hajajiu's thesis is entitled The Electricity Market Operation and Planning Framework with Renewable Energy Integration. Dr. Hajajiu. Mary Ellen Hooper. Dr. Hooper's thesis is entitled An Ethnographic Study of the New Graduate Nurse's Experience when Encountering the Culture of Acute Mental Health Services. Dr. Hooper. Eleanor Majolano. Dr. Majolano's thesis is entitled Determining a Person-Centred Model of Care in Severe Asthma. Dr. Majolano. Ipe Sai. Dr. Ipe Sai's thesis is entitled Communicating about Pain and Dementia Care, Nurses' Practices, Perspectives and Experiences. Dr. Ipe Sai. Congratulations to these high degree by research students. Chancellor, I now present graduates who have satisfied the requirements of a postgraduate award. Graduating with a Master of Mental Health Nursing with Distinction, David George. Emma Graham. Beatrice Huinvo. David Kiguta. Rena Menon. Laura Moorhead. Emily Newton. Thara Raj. Rachel Sarson. Emily Spears. Mary Grace Villamore. Graduating with a Master of Mental Health Nursing, Evelyn Adu. Nkeche Anusise. Erin Awon. Jenna Emile Belote. Mark Angelo Barber. Natasha Baxter. Chloe Bays. Jennifer Benny. Anel Corrales. Fadzai Denhere. Clepperton Dubé. Vincent A. Huawama. Fia Francis. Gifty Fuga. Rajesh Gayawali. James Hurley. Osei Jesu Urobo. CJ Mole Johnson. Serge Kabongo. Gift Kache. Precious Katuruza. Abdul Kebe. Athulya Krishnan. Memory Kudita. Kudziai Madziva. Sumitha Matthews. Ravita Mawson. Kayla McLaren. Madeline Milligan. Manu Mohan. Rosemary Maloney Gillam. Thandizo Moyo. Stacey Murray. Karen Muvingai. Philip Muvingai. Tharambo Wu Luka. Gladys Endi Rangu. Thelmarie Nessa. Yolande Ngaga Mukito. T. Nguyen. Kirsty Norbury. Psyche Ukumar. Bishnu Ali. Ani Polisi. Lavinia Poheve. Bhavanav Ben Prajapati. Sanjay Kumar Prajapati. Rabina Prasad. Poonam Sharma. Geng Shen. Sangam Shiwakoti. Mandeep Sohai. Jitendra Thakor. Menika Thapa. Babu Thomas. Tinto Tony. Daniel Whittle. Jimmy Zacharias. Blessing Zebin Ero. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of the graduates at this time.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Sullivan. Zegan Groove, which includes University of Newcastle staff and graduates, is a melange of consummate musicians playing gypsy jazz. Today they'll be performing Caravan by Juan Tizol and Duke Ellington. Thank you. Thank you very much, members of Zegan Groove. Well done. I'd now like to invite Professor Alison Hutton, School of Nursing and Midwifery, to present undergraduate awards.
Chancellor, I present graduating with a Bachelor of Biomedical Science with distinction, Ruby Nichols. Graduating with a Bachelor of Nursing Honours with Honours Class 2, Division 1, Peter A. Graduating with a Bachelor of Nursing with distinction, Madeline Bent. Matthew Bowers Brown. Natalie Clydesdale. Emily Garland. Lillian Horton. Tanya Webster. Phoebe White. Graduating with a Bachelor of Nursing, Arslan Askik. Leanne Arcey. Isabel Ansley. Mohsin Hassan Akhtar.
He's actually there. It's all good.
Arslan Asquith. Georgina Atkinson. Samantha Bizatis. Prajita Basnet. Ashley Bennett. Ava Kalzolari. Nylam Kadari. Felicity Cruikshank. Elizabeth Cunningham. Thank you. Kelly Dawson. Manpreet Kaur Daliwa. Shelby Jayola. Caitlin Doty. Kiana Duncan. Jerome Dykey. Sophie Edgington. Isabel Elder. Christabel Famile. Jake Fox. Thank you. Hannah Goulding. Lily Hanrahan. Emma Hetherington. Holly Johnson. Celestine Coroni. Livleen Kaur. Anyata Lata. Numa Limbu. Brianna Liston. Eric Lundberg. Danielle Maybe. Hamish McLeod Skelton. Emily Marshall. Marita McNally. Elise Mitchell. Bethany Morris. Lauren Newton. Maureen Chinoye Nwosu. Jessica O'Neill. Luke O'Reilly. Deborah Perkins. Carly Perry. T Farm. Prikanya Rani. Shristri Pan. D.V. Morelli, Kinlow. Sanam Sharma Jassi Khalil. Yashuda Sharice Maga. Reshmi Shrestha. Sabita Shrestha. Samjana Shrestha. Harpreet Kaur Sidhu. India Scow. Brittany Smith. Brooke Stokely. Congratulations. Georgie Stronach. Bridget Sutton. Shriyashi Chamraka. Holly Taylor. Sarah Turner. Lucy Waru. Lucy Wood. Jingshu Zhao. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of graduates from the College of Health, Medicine and Wellbeing. I now invite Professor John Fischetti, Pro Vice-Chancellor for the College of Human and Social Futures, to present postgraduate awards from that college.
Good afternoon, Chancellor. I proudly present graduates who have satisfied the requirements of a postgrad award from the College of Human and Social Futures. Graduating with a Master of Education with distinction, Danielle Kane. Jonathan Chan. Graduating with a Master of Education, Tahani Alataibi. Henry Den. Michelle Johns. Ryan Moon. Jessica Stefanish. Graduating with a Master of Leadership and Management in Education with distinction, Bradley Amos. Katie Bailey. Lior Misrashi. Graduating with a Master of Leadership and Management in Education, Jennifer Aerosmith. Habibi Risk. Graduating with a Master of Special and Inclusive Education with distinction, Kim Adele. Sarah Raja J. Al-Maklafi. Hannah Archer Lawton. Karen Austin. Aaron Cook. Chloe Edwards. Laura Gellert. Ella Jackson. Tanya Lee. Kate McLaurin. Sandra Neto. Catherine O'Brien. Leanna Rowan. Elizabeth Sargent. Anna Welsh. Graduating with a Master of Special and Inclusive Education, Laura Smead. Sukhjit Kaur. Laura Waldron. Graduating with a Master of Teaching, William Winter. Graduating with a Graduate Certificate in Early Childhood Disability Support, Carrie Watman. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of postgraduate awards from the college. I now invite Professor Susan Ledger, head of the School of Education, to present the undergraduate awards.
Chancellor, I present graduating with a Bachelor of Business and Commerce, Adara Carnival. Graduating with a Bachelor of Communication, Imogen Waters. Graduating with a Bachelor of Education, Early Childhood and Primary Honours with Honours Class 1, Belinda Laird. Graduating with a Bachelor of Education, Early Childhood and Primary, Tia Collison. Ashley Hay. Sophie Mordu. Mia Jill Pedersen. Chelsea Rivenell. Graduating with a Bachelor of Education, Secondary with Distinction, Alan Leggett. Graduating with a Bachelor of Education, Secondary, Sheridan Allen. Sky Duncan Lindley. Timothy Cowell. Yep. Daniel Wisemantle. Graduating with a Bachelor of Teaching, Early Childhood and Primary with honours, Chelsea Jory. Graduating with a Bachelor of Teaching Primary honours, Lillian James. Well done. And finally, graduating with a Bachelor of Teaching Technology with honours, we've got Jade Wood. Thank you. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of graduates.
Yeah. Thank you, Professor Ledger. Can I now invite Elise Mitchell, who's graduating today with a Bachelor of Nursing, to speak on behalf of the graduates. Thank you, Elise.
Good afternoon, Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, members of the Council, staff of the University, friends and families of the graduates, and most importantly, graduates. I'm honoured to be invited to speak to you on behalf of the graduates of this cohort. Today we celebrate our achievement of graduating. However, this was not made alone. I would like to thank not just my family, but the support networks of all the graduates present here for their ongoing support during our degrees. We could not have done it without you all. Despite all odds, we completed our degrees during a worldwide pandemic. We have all been faced with tremendous adversities over the past few years, which have put us on different paths in a direction towards our goals. With the support and adaptability of the University of Newcastle, along with my fellow graduates, I was able to achieve some of my goals and use the skills and knowledge I have gained over the past 3 years to begin my career as a paediatric nurse at Australia's largest paediatric network and a cosmetic injector at a prestigious cosmetic clinic. Setting short-term goals has helped me to achieve my goals. As Tim Mitchin advocates, be micro-ambitious. Work with pride on whatever is in front of you. You never know where you might end up. Just be aware that your next worthy pursuit will probably appear in your periphery, which is why you should be careful of long-term goals. If you focus too far in front of you, you might not see the shiny thing in the corner of your eye. It is with the passion, courage and determination we have all shown over the past few years that we take our next steps into the world. Congratulations for achieving this huge milestone.
Thank you, Elise, for speaking as well as you did on behalf of your colleagues in today's graduating cohort. You have really important work to do, and I'm sure you'll rise to that challenge and do it well. So I thank you very much for a very thoughtful graduate's address. To our audience, I hope you've enjoyed today's ceremony, and I thank you very much for joining the university community in the celebration of the awarding of degrees. Thanks for participating and bringing life to the ceremony. I think that that interactive role you play adds to the value of this ceremony. Before I declare the ceremony concluded, though, I'd like this time to ask that the graduates remain seated, for everyone in the audience to stand and join me in applauding the wonderful achievement of these graduates. Thank you. Thank you. Please be seated. I now declare the ceremony concluded and invite you to join us at a graduate reception in the Brennan Room to continue in celebrating this special event this afternoon. Can I just say, in conclusion, congratulations once more. It's fabulous, the achievements you've had in very trying circumstances. And I'm sure there'll be challenges out there and difficult times ahead, but we're very confident that you leave this university with the knowledge that you'll very quickly turn into skills and the values, importantly the values, that'll help you through life. So go out there and make a difference. Thank you.